As Juventus closed out a routine 2-0 win over Dynamo Kiev in their opening Champions League game of the season, star forward Cristiano Ronaldo could only watch his teammates from afar. The Portuguese international has been forced to watch several games from the sidelines for both club and country after being tested positive. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner was forced to leave the Portugal camp ahead of a UEFA Nations League encounter with Sweden and then began a period of self-isolation. The Portuguese Football Federation maintains that their star forward was asymptomatic and is doing well. In his absence, Portugal went on to beat Sweden 3-0 and kept the dream of winning the tournament again well and truly alive. At present, it's unclear how many games Ronaldo will miss. He was also forced to miss out the Serie A encounter against Crotone, which was a drab draw. Andrea Pirlo surely could have used the former Real Madrid man's goal-scoring prowess in a contest where the Bianconeri's attack-minded players struggled to break down a resolute Crotone defence. According to reports, Ronaldo's period of self-isolation might not end when they host Hellas Verona on October 25th. 3 days later after that game, Juventus will welcome Lionel Messi and Barcelona to Turin in a game that would be the first time in a long while where the two men will be up against one another. Thankfully, Ronaldo will be available for that encounter, which bodes well for his larger fan base and the game itself. So now that he's back in Italy to see out the last part of the self-isolation period, it remains to be seen if the Portugal legend will be able to get back to his usual best. But hey, do you really want to bet on it? How many times has the veteran forward defied all the odds and silenced the naysayers? Ronaldo's in the business of scoring goals, and his strong mentality and almost superhuman physical abilities make him one of the most unique athletes in sports entertainment history. While the game against Crotone was a forgettable affair, it does appear that Juventus have not really missed their talismanic leader. In fact, Juventus haven't struggled so far without their legendary forward. Usually, a team will struggle when it's without its star player. Liverpool, for instance, conceded 2 goals against Everton after Virgil van Dijk was forced off within the first 11 minutes of the Merseyside derby. The Reds are definitely going to struggle defensively, since there aren't many defenders out there who can capably replace the Netherlands international. Barcelona would look well and truly lost, and Ronald Koeman out of his depth if Lionel Messi gets sidelined due to injury. Every team tends to struggle to replace an injured or suspended star. However, if we crunch the numbers, it becomes clear that Juventus are not just any other team. The Italians do need Ronaldo, but their need for the 35-year-old is not as great as one would think. Since he joined Juventus, Ronaldo's played 91 games across all competitions and has been forced to miss out on only 14. During his absence, Juventus's win percentage drops only slightly. With Ronaldo, Pirlo's side boasts a 67% win percentage, while without him, it drops ever so slightly to 64%. If we're to talk in match points, Juventus's points per game average decreases to 2 from 2.2 when Ronaldo isn't in the team. When he's not in the team, their goals conceded average goes from 0.9 to 1, which isn't really that huge of a rise. The above numbers seem to suggest that when Ronaldo isn't around, other Juventus players step up and overcompensate up front in order to make up for their goal king's absence. From a defensive viewpoint, this does make them a bit vulnerable at the back, but also increases their goal-scoring output. When Ronaldo's missing, Juventus score more on average. Their goals per game ratio increases slightly from 1.9 to 1.8. Arguably, Juventus' biggest victory in the absence of Ronaldo came in January 2019 in a Coppa Italia clash with Udinese. The old lady won that encounter with a comprehensive 4-0 win. If anything, these numbers prove that Juventus' biggest strength doesn't lie in their highest paid player. It lies in the fact that they have strength in depth, especially when it comes to attacking options at their disposal. While Ronaldo's goal-scoring exploits can't be matched by any player at present, Pirlo is blessed with a plethora of attacking talent. This has also created quite a gulf between the old lady and the rest of the teams in Italy. At the age of 35, it wouldn't be scandalous to assume that Ronaldo is actually nearing that moment when we would end up making statements such as "he's run his course" or "age is catching up to him." Obviously, Ronaldo's a unique talent. Not many players have the ability to stay at such an elite level at the age of 35. By this time, most players are planning for life after football, working on their football badges, delving into creating their own businesses, or looking to have one last big check in the Middle East or North America before hanging up their cleats for good. For Ronaldo, we're sure such thoughts haven't even crossed his mind. He's still at the top of his game and continues to be an important player for both club and country. Pirlo was already blown away by Ronaldo's fitness and commitment. He said, "Ronaldo works very hard, he brings enthusiasm, you can notice it on the pitch as well. He started the season really well, I hope he will keep doing like this until the end of the season." Despite having a key role in the Bianconeri side, the club would ideally like to lower their average age. The likes of Giorgio Chiellini, Gigi Buffon and Leonardo Bonucci are at the tail end of their careers, and Ronaldo is also in the same boat. The Serie A giants are aware of what Ronaldo brings to the table and would like to see him stay on at the club even after he retires, since he could be a perfect mentor to the club's younger stars. However, this might have to wait if Portugal manager Fernando Santos' words are to be believed. He said, "Cristiano is ready to play until he's 40, but he doesn't know if it will happen. At some point, he may feel that he no longer has the same condition. He's not a player who will lower his level. When he feels like he can't be Ronaldo, he won't." However, Juventus are really preparing for the future and want to carefully work on a transition plan. Following the departure of Blaise Matuidi, Weston McKennie was brought in on loan from Schalke 04. The American international has showcased a lot of promise. It was a little surprising that Matuidi was allowed to leave for Inter Miami so easily, but it appears that it was the right call. In a similar manner, Pirlo was eager to sign Federico Chiesa from Fiorentina. The 22-year-old forward is one of the brightest prospects in Italian football. The youngster was also on Man United's radar when the Red Devils started looking into potential alternatives to Borussia Dortmund winger Jadon Sancho. In the absence of Ronaldo, Chiesa gave a really good account of his skills with a scintillating display against Dynamo Kiev. The youngster was very positive going forward and didn't look uncomfortable at all when taking on the Ukrainian side's players down the left flank. His ability to cut inside and test out the goalkeeper made him an exciting player to watch. Eventually, he'll start scoring goals at a phenomenal rate. Chiesa would definitely do well to learn from Ronaldo, since the two men have similar attributes. The young Italian has a bright future ahead of him, so he should consider himself lucky that he'll be competing for a place in the starting 11 with Portugal's all-time leading goalscorer. While Ronaldo was absent, Alvaro Morata was able to guide Juventus to a 2-0 win. The Spaniard is back among the goals and has shown that Juventus need not worry about scoring goals if Ronaldo isn't around. But any team on the planet would look weaker without players such as Ronaldo or Messi missing. Real Madrid struggled quite a bit when Ronaldo left for Juventus. Even now, Los Blancos have not found their 30-goal striker. Such was the impact the Portuguese hitman had at the Santiago Bernabeu. But at the end of the day, Juventus have seemingly come across a plan that will allow them to stay as dominant as they ever have been, with or without Ronaldo. Pirlo has been testing out different formations ever since he came in, and even mentioned a while back that he'll be managing Ronaldo. At his age, you can't expect Ronaldo to be starting games week in, week out, no matter how superhuman of an athlete he really is. Pirlo said last month that he doesn't plan on using Ronaldo for less important games. Ronaldo is definitely very intelligent when it comes to knowing his limitations, so when the time comes, you won't see him kick up a fuss and not being named in the starting 11. He said, "I've already thought about it and we've talked about it. Of course he's not tired yet, we've just started." Funnily enough, Ronaldo has admitted that if it was up to him, he would only play for the national team and Champions League games. In an interview last year, he said, "I'll tell you, if it were up to me, I would only play some important games, those of the national team and the Champions League. It's these kind of games that emerge, those with a stake, a difficult environment, a pressure." Ladies and gents, whether we like to hear it or not, the fact is that Ronaldo will not be able to continue playing at the rate he is right now. For more than a decade, the Portugal international has been a dominant presence in the footballing world. However, we're definitely reaching that time when Ronaldo would himself be writing the final pages of the final chapter of what has been a legendary career.